Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Oxygen Not Included. Peep in the comments right now. The MKM has left a very nice comment. 99 upvotes. Thank you for the thumbs that have made it much more visible to me. And now please read this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pieces of feedback ready to implement. You ready? In the Jeremy water basin, deconstruct the water pump, build a ladder down to the P, and mop it up. That's why you need somebody spectating you sometimes, so that you can figure out, I mean, simple stuff that I wouldn't necessarily consider. Deconstruct. When that's deconstructed, we'll build a ladder down. In fact, all the other stuff we'll tackle once the morning rolls around here. So we'll let these duplicants sleep temporarily. Take them up to speed 3. Like it's a paradox game. And then we can start to work on new stuff once we get that handled. Okay, so it's going to be deconstructed probably within the first couple of things today. In fact, right away. She might have to go to the bathroom mid-deconstruction. It does happen from time to time. What are you deconstructing there? I don't remember. Hopefully it doesn't disrupt the entire base. We're going to build a ladder downwards. At priority. Please, it's just regular old water. 400 kilos of copper. I'd like to get it. Then we'll issue a priority 9 mop order. It might not lead to the water being less germy, so the damage is already done. But at least there's not urine in it anymore. And then these need to be swept. I'm going to give them a priority 9, because I think having a bottle of urine in our wash basin is probably pretty stupid. So let's get that handled right off the bat. 100 kilograms of water, 10 kilograms of water, and just, who would have thought 2 kilos of urine could cause that much problem? That much of a problem, I should say. Alright. Step 2. Remove the air-permeable tile under the 4th planter box in the middle greenhouse because it's letting in polluted oxygen from the urine pool. Middle greenhouse. Air-permeable tile. Right here. Wow. I am actually, like, an idiot. Thank you for the actionable item right off the bat. That's a very good point. Why did I have this here? I guess I thought carbon dioxide would dip down. It'll already flow out of here. That's fine. Yeah, this was not hermetically sealed. The air pressure is high because you have too much oxygen generation. You'll need more algae terrariums and build them low or wherever there's CO2. I'm going to abstain from that for now just because things are already working. But if these have atmospheric problems, then I will do that. And I understand where you're coming from on that. That seems very smart. Insufficient oxygen generation. What's the final one here? For my mental health, please fix the research station ceiling and make it straight since there's no cot in its way. Yeah. I see your point. Just deconstruct. Tile it up. And there you go, right off the bat. That's a relatively... I think this is the way you wanted it done anyway. It's a relatively good start to today's episode. We fixed a few things that have been a bummer for quite some time. Another thing that's happened, uncheck the dupes from attacking hatchlings. Your current circuit is already pulling 920 watts. You can't connect much more to it. All your lower levels have staggeringly low atmospheric pressure. Seal off your botanic section and pump some CO2 or oxygen into the area. I thought it was because the pressure was too high. See, this is where I'm confused. But also use insulating tiles around your hot growing areas to protect them from the hot biome to the left of them. You've still not removed the urine. Slime lung will kill your base. Okay, so the final one there just made me upset. Nobody tells me what I can't do. But what did we do on the last episode? Well, we did a couple of things. Let's just check a couple of things out quickly here as well. So, oxygen looks good right now. Calories, where are we at? Edible, 16,000. It's more than I need. Power looks fine for now, but we probably don't want to add anything to it. Germs. Bathrooms, germy. Everything else looks okay for now. We want to... How much algae? 6.6 tons of algae. This is where we're going to hermetically seal our base. And we're going to put a second grid down here. Do we have... We don't have a coal generator yet. That research is being done right now, I suppose. Yeah, and it is almost done. So I'm going to start with a dig and deconstruct order. And I think we should also dig here. And then we'll get the rest tackled in mere moments here. But we're going to start prioritize this as a priority 7, i.e. do all your other junk first and then take care of this. And how much coal do we have? That is in, not cultivables, consumable ore. 14 tons. It's a lot right now, and I think it'll be more than we would have thought it was based on our last, I was just about to say, maybe we should leave that oxalite. So I'm taking a lot of flack for getting rid of oxalite, and it's probably deserved. But upsetting nonetheless. So dig these out. Again, it's a priority 7, not even a priority 8. If you're doing nothing else, go grab this stuff. We want more power because we want to get our massage room active. You can just get under this stuff and sweep it up, I'm sure. We probably do quickly want to make another storage compactor. We want to make one that's probably coal only as well. But we'll start with this one. This is just to pick up the construction materials, more or less. So we can copy settings. What is the settings of this one? You should not be allowed to hold slime or polluted dirt. So then why don't we just try this? Copy settings. Paste it on this one. Right. All right. Look at that. You can stop including me on that tweet that Malf made. What an episode. We're making incredible progress so far. Lots of mealwood. Sweep it up, please, and put it into the ration box immediately. I love it. We're probably creating too much food. But I almost see that, like too much oxygen, I don't think that it's a bad thing to be creating too much food, necessarily. The other thing that was requested is, we could take all of our duplicants off of combat. Now, if the hatchling attacks us, it's no holds barred. By the way, the reason, and people were right, the reason that these are not growing is because of the fact that they're next to a hot biome. I mean, look at this, phosphorite, 44 degrees. So we've got them in just a hot area. Like, we built them down here in Las Vegas. Well, actually, the desert gets remarkably cool at night, NL. You're not wrong. And you know what? I was just using a hot area as a shorthand, and perhaps I should have been more reasonable. What I could do is tile this up in insulating tile. We definitely do not want something that's thermally reactive. Abyssalite is an insulator. Is it worth like 1,000 abyssalite to make this more insulated? Or would we rather just deconstruct these because we've probably got enough? I think the answer is we'd rather deconstruct it. So it is going to take us some time here. Why are we stressed out? Why is Josh stressed out? Let's look at him. Light wounds. Drab decor. We do need to start making some art. That's a very fair thing to suggest. I'd like to get this area all tackled first. I do want to... Because we're going to put coal generators and batteries here. Obviously, these should be inside. It's going to look a little stupid. But, I mean, 3 tiles is good for air transfer, at least. But we're going to definitely try to make, like, a double airlock system so that polluted air, or the coal generators make CO2 now that I think about it. So that there's no place for our polluted air to go. And then we can throw a deodorizer in here, or a carbon skimmer is probably more appropriate. But can you stand here and build that? I think you should be able to. So a hatch will eat things and make coal. That's big. Unreachable build. Look. It's gonna look stupid. If you were worried about your OCD, it's not gonna get any better right here. Josh, what's wrong, my dude? Look at it, the world is so breathable, my friend. We've produced a lot less oxygen today than I would like to see, but let's take a look at our report. Made a lot of calories, removed stress from the system. No germs were added or removed. Removed a lot of oxygen. Like, these things, they're pumping all day. No, they're at max gas pressure. Okay, so you, again, you were right. I just wanted to test it for a day. These things are not pumping. This is not pumping. This is pumping. Where's our second? Don't we have a second algae terrarium? Like, yeah, right here. Max gas pressure. Okay, you're right. Who would have thought? Well, I was testing, okay? Protect your chest, Loveless. I think we'll throw an algae terrarium down here. We want to put it in a carbon-rich environment so that it lowers the oxygen pressure here, and this thing actually fires more frequently. We'll probably need more power when that happens, is my guess, but that explains it. Our oxygen generators, which are actually algae deoxidizers, are off for a lot of the day, and when they're off, they're not producing oxygen, obviously, which leads to a situation in which we are not getting enough oxygen being generated in the first place. So go ahead, take your showers, do what you gotta do. We want a manual airlock here. We might need to make some more space, but we could always mine into this or make a second floor up here or what have you. I want enough space to build a carbon skimmer here, so let's do it like this. Prioritize those a little higher. We can put batteries up here or something. Seems somewhat appropriate. And we might be able to build the coal generator today. We don't really want to build it until it would start to function. Like, we want to build it into the grid first. And the other thing is, we still don't have advanced power regulation. We need transformers to make that happen. What we could try to do is build our power in such a way over here that it's going to feed into transformers to begin with. So we'll build a coal generator. It will feed into a grid of batteries, and those grids of batteries will be separated from other grids of batteries via like an air gap, and then they'll each feed to their own transformer, and they'll power different parts of the base. So the fact that we're doing this first is definitely gonna be very, very good for us relative to the way that we did it last time. So I don't know how many batteries we need with a coal generator in the first place. That's just the honest to goodness truth. We could probably spend a day sweeping these up at a priority 7. And again, we might need another storage compactor, but hey, you know what? This is a priority 7 as well. I want that to work so that this is more likely to work. We might need more algae terrariums, but I just want to make this start where it is right now. You know, I don't want to build 12 algae terrariums and then all of a sudden we're using way too much algae and we don't need it anymore. Okay, what are you? You're emitting oxygen, but you're eating CO2. How much CO2? Presumably you're eating more algae than you're making oxygen. Sorry, you're eating more CO2 than you're making oxygen. So over time, as the gases start to hopefully balance out here a little bit, this thing should be pumping more frequently. Food is decayed. Get this gross food out of here, please. We need refrigeration as well. Like, research is happening very, very slowly. That's because we're making priority 7 sweep orders. Probably not my finest moment. Yeah, we're like way low on oxygen generation. Which again is very much not unexpected. Another algae terrarium down here. I think we're gonna need 2. And it might take a couple of days to work itself out, but once it does, you know, it does. That's the idea. Maybe we shouldn't even be throwing this stuff in storage compactors because, you know, in the end, maybe it's better if the hatch just eats it and makes it into coal. So we'll make some priority 6s here. So it's probably sensible. We'll have like the generator in the center. Or what if we have the generator on the right? And then we feed it into batteries on different levels, and then each battery goes to a separate transformer that's over here somewhere. So, how much space do we need for a generator? Probably 5 or 6 blocks. Let's build our batteries like... That could be grid 1. I don't know, build them at a priority 5, see if I care. And we'll wire the batteries through an area that allows them to actually get to a transformer in the future, even if it's not going to be useful right away. Alright, so get 2 of these pumping. Hopefully this thing pumps more frequently. And, I mean, the algae terrarium has the secondary benefit. 95 kilogram rot pile. Great name for a band. As the secondary benefit of, actually producing some oxygen for us as well. Take a quick little look at our base. Air's good. Breathable, at least. Power seems fine. The water will remain germy, but apart from that, everybody's doing okay. Wait, you guys got slime lung? We do have a little slime lung. 2,000 germs, 400 germs. We'll watch that. We're not going to send anybody up into the slime mines anymore. I think it's unnecessary. What happens? What do you do with the meal lice? You deliver it to a compost heap. Okay, that's sensible. Batteries have not been built yet. It might take us a little bit more time. That's fine. Research is being done. We need it to be done in order to build the coal generator in the first place. We will have to rebuild some of our wires, unless we want to put in the research on the front end to actually get to advanced power regulation. I don't know if we want to do that. Like, on the one hand, I understand why we would, because then we wouldn't have to build it twice. On the other hand, we're making so much food. Do we really want to wait to get things like refrigeration? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, because we don't have refrigerators yet, do we? No. I mean, refrigerators are a long way away. Screw it. While we're here, let's go for advanced power regulation. Measure twice, cut once, right? It's not like our colony is in dire straits right now. They're definitely fine on food. They're wasting some. We got more than enough algae, more than enough water to last us for at least, like, I don't know, another 30 or 40 cycles before it even becomes a problem, perhaps. So I think that we're making a sensible choice here. If we could just build our base properly the first time, even better for us. I don't know why you never get harvested. Let's look at our report today. Lost 60 kilos of oxygen, lost some calories, lost some stress though. No germs came into the system or left. I'm hoping this thing pumps more today. And this one, for that matter. Max gas pressure still, huh? I don't know. I'm going to give it another day to try to figure itself out. But, I mean, we are essentially at equilibrium today. But if the oxygen, or the algae deoxidizers ever turn off, and I think that's probably what's happening here, we're slowly going to decay below 0. And we don't have much that creates a surplus there, so... Concerned is not the right word. I'm not really concerned. I'm cautious. And you know what? If you're not doing anything else, let's work on getting our mood buff up a little bit. Make some lice loaf. I don't know, maybe they last longer? No, it's taking a picture that lasts longer. Gadung-gung-ch. So if we're thinking about a coal generator feeding into batteries, feeding into a transformer, what is that transformer going to do? I think that transformer should feed our massage room. I think that transformer should feed a refrigeration area, which we should probably build in an area that's cool. And you can see, like, it's getting pretty hot over here. So we should probably, I mean, I think here is fine to build it, but... we get like 6 tiles over, it gets pretty bad. So if you build our refrigeration area like right here, that looks good. But we don't have to worry about that just yet. We're much closer to oxygen equilibrium right now. Imagine if I hadn't mined out the oxalite. See, I made the joke, so you don't have to. I'm okay with our batteries not being built yet. I'll up the priority on those when our research gets done. For now, a lot of edibles. Appreciate it. You know, do the harvesting. Take the meal lice. Put them in the right spot. Make sure our oxygen continues to get produced. Yeah, I know we're at a deficit, but the deficit is so mild, I'm inclined to call it balanced. Although you may disagree. Now the second thing is we really need a carbon skimmer right next to an algae terrarium. Reminds me of a classic joke. What did the algae terrarium say to the deoxidizer? Quit hogging. There's no punchline there that could have made that work. Well, you're eating the profits. You never get high on your own supply. Take a quick peek at the germs. 1,500. What about the person behind you? I gotta know. That looks just terrible. 1,100. So we've actually cured me of slime lung. Now we're gonna have to venture up into the slime mines at some point. I'm aware of this. You're aware of this. Everybody's aware of this. Hopefully we can somehow, like, live off of what we got for now until we get to, like, exo suits or something like that and minimize slime lung. Otherwise, we can get a bleach stone and build hand sanitizer units, and I don't know how much that's gonna help, but it's gotta help a little bit, I'm sure. As much as people are probably gonna offer the suggestion that we should maybe get rid of our manual bathroom so we don't end up spending, you know, a third of a day emptying it out, I don't really want to get rid of it just because I'd rather have someone spend a third of a day cleaning it out than have them vomit into our water supply. Which still could conceivably happen here. And in fact, if we wanted to be a little smarter, just build a tile right there. It's essentially, it's just serving as a lip in order to catch any liquids that might get here when we don't want them to. So it's going to look a little unsightly. But the creation of that lip, you know, it could save us. In fact, we might wish to do the same, like right here. You never know, they could have an accident. I mean, I guess if they have an accident here, it's just going to go straight through the mesh tile, but... Yeah, maybe that's why we shouldn't have had the mesh tile here. We should have it lower. But we couldn't make it lower because it would have been submerged and the vent wouldn't have worked in the first place. So we can always refactor that as time goes on. Anyway, no research got done today. But we got a lot of kilocalories in edibles. And we're essentially, again, I'm inclined to call a small surplus a balance here. So we're at a balance level of oxygen. Why is my boy Josh stressed out again? Sopping wet. Well, I had him deconstruct some stuff down here, so that might have done it. Alright, we got one more day, I think, before this video's over. And I'm just hoping that because they did the harvest... Excuse me, what's wrong? Why do you look so bad? You don't look vibrant like the other ones. Anyway, max gas pressure, huh? We had insufficient oxygen generation today? Yeah, like minus 9 kilos. Make sure you're delivering to the algae deoxidizer, please. Which is actually a terrarium. They're gonna do it. It's just a priority 7. This one's a priority 5, that explains it. You're actually a priority 8 now, so that's gonna be handled. We got 8s, we got 9s, we got 7s. We have a stratification. Psychic spies from Clyde Games like to create stratification. Duplicants on an asteroid don't glean much information. I like to research Transformers, please, at your basic research station. This meal ice, again, is never gonna go. Can we just, can we issue a sweep order on this water that's encased here? Travel time is like way higher for mantling all this stuff now, but so be it. Oh my lord. Why take it all the way back here? You're both priority 8s. Supercomputer needs water. That's fine. Water usage still very, very low in this colony. Makes me very happy. Have you cured your slime lung yet? No. But it is about half of what it was yesterday. Little food poisoning on Josh. We are eating, like, dirt and, you know, seeds mashed together. I mean, if you're not doing anything else, just put some more lice loaf in the queue. It is better for you to be eating lice loaf than it is to be just eating the raw food, I think. In terms of, like, your benefits to decor and whatever. And we should be, you know, I know you're saying, hey, decor sucks and Josh is getting stressed out. Why don't you make some sculptures or something? Well, there'll be room for that. It's a Maslow's hierarchy of needs sort of thing, I guess. I don't really want to spend a day or 10... Not even close, really. Making sculptures when instead we could get our coal generator up and then you throw some rocks in there and all of a sudden you got enough power to have somebody, Josh in this case, never have to walk on this thing for a whole day ever again. Very close to oxygen equilibrium again. I know it's you can characterize this, we're just watching a grown man watch some levels go up, levels go down, etc., but it is what it is. So to be honest, I mean, we can probably afford to deconstruct all these. Sweep it up. And then I think we're getting like 2 plants every 8 days. These can go. And we can use this for something else. It's gonna be hot here. I don't know what we're gonna do in this section instead. Certainly my guess is we don't want to have our refrigerator there. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but sure, you know, get rid of it. Insufficient oxygen generation, but not by much. Did you finish basic research? No. I'm not going to reprioritize it, you know? If they're happy with the way things are going right now, then I'm happy with the way things are going right now. And we just essentially made some extra space. What we do have is an area that's just going to be like carbon dioxide rich. It exists exclusively for an algae terrarium to suck CO2 out. Maybe that's an advanced high-level strat. My expectation is that it's not, and I'm stupid. But we'll roll like this for now, for the time being. I know you're about to finish the day here. Josh, what is wrong, dude? Popped eardrums. It's a pressure change, right? I guess we were at max gas pressure here, so... Yeah, you know, we're actually creating problems for ourselves. Oh, you don't say. No, we're creating problems for ourselves because our ration boxes are filling up. And that's not great, because it means that we're going to be leaving food on the ground, which is just messy. But then beyond that, like, why are you should be holding seeds at a high priority? I don't understand. At least eat seeds as a pastime activity or something. Alright, so I think tomorrow, if the harvest is done, we'll probably be able to finish our research towards power and get that started. It's kind of a remedial episode, but for now, hope you enjoyed keeping up with the routine here. If you did, click the like button, it helps out a great deal, and of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Oxygen not included.